On this segment, we're at Sawmill Golf Course in Easton. A golf course that not only is exciting to play, but it's been a dream for a long time for Mr. Dick Field. And Dick, thank you again for being with us on the program. We've talked about this before, but this, if you look back in time, what did this look like?
It was a rundown farm to start off with, that's all.
Somehow you had a vision about putting together, how did you see a golf course emerging out of this farm? And somehow in your mind you could see that.
Oh, you have to do a lot of looking to see it first. You have to see the lay of the land and where the greens should be or could be, and just have to put it all together. It took a lot of time for me.
Do you remember what year you started?
1965 I bought this place.
You were telling, I think on some of the other programs we talked about, you had the whole family walking through picking up rocks.
Yeah, right, but they all helped all along, and Nancy is still with me to keep it going. So
Nancy's your daughter, and Nancy now is kind of the marketing director and in charge.
She's everything now. She's chief cook and bottle washer. That's her. She's doing a good job too. So
well, let's talk about the course for a minute, because when people come here, it's laid out uniquely. The greens look great. Describe it. How's it? Okay, I know the first 9, back 9.
Well, the first 9 we finished in 1987, and then I got working on the back 9, and that took me another 10 years to get that done. But it's a lot of work doing it right, and everything was done right. We built all the greens to USGA specifications so that they would be playable all year long, and after a rain there's no problem. So all the hard work paid off. It's coming along good yet.
How would you describe the first 9? I mean, it's kind of, is it like most courses, warm up time and then the back 9 get tougher?
Pretty much. The front 9 is pretty much in the level part of it, and nothing too out of order with it, but the back 9 we had some choice spots that we used that turned out pretty good for the overall layout.
So when somebody comes here, I mean, whether they're a first-time golfer or whether they've been golfing for a long time, it can challenge them.
Yes, nobody eats the place up. You know, they have to work for it. We have some good golfers who can score pretty well, but for the most part, it's user-friendly. Okay, it doesn't intimidate people and make them not want to come back. We want them to come back, and with the layout we have, they keep coming back. They aren't driven away by unruly greens or anything that's unfair.
Seems like a very happy crowd when I come here. They're all happy, and you know, I know it's affordable. It's a very affordable pricing.
Right.
That was important to you.
That's the most important, really. If it isn't affordable, then you're not going to get young people or beginners. They don't want to drop $100 to play around the golf. Here they can come for a fraction of that, and if they aren't good, they're still welcome here, and they can take their time and enjoy themselves. I want it to be enjoyable. That's the main thing.
Any final words or anything we left out that you'd like to say, you know, to the community about the golf course?
It's been everything I hoped it would be when I started work. It's been a lot of work, but it's been very satisfying to see people come here and enjoy themselves.
We've been joined by Nancy, and Nancy, you know, your dad was just talking about how much you mean to him and what goes on here at the course, and I know you're working diligently day-to-day operations, but let's talk about tournaments here, because there's a couple things we didn't mention with your father. One is there's a new addition going on here for people to have parties and tournaments and things. Tell us a little bit about that.
We just finished, we're coming down to the wire now, finishing up what will be the loft at Sawmill, with the second floor of the clubhouse, which used to be basically a hayloft. He kept the features of it, and we can seat probably 150 people for banquets, parties, whatever.
As we're talking, they're seeing that. Boy, it is beautiful. The flooring, everything. It's a great place to have a party. Is it something that is catered here? Is that how that works?
Yes, that's what we will be working with local caterers.
Somebody has somebody in mind, they bring them with them, or you provide that?
Both, yeah, either way. We're going to have a list of caterers that we use, or if somebody has something in mind, you know, we can work with that also.
And how about tournaments now? There are tournaments that go on throughout the year, things that are run here, women's leagues, men's leagues, things like that. Just mention that, and then if somebody has an idea, wants to start something, what they would do.
Yeah, we have our senior league on Monday, we have a men's league, we have a ladies league. We have our tournaments. We have our breast cancer tournament every July. We have our course championships in August. We welcome groups to come in. We have groups that come in every year from different places that have tournaments here and fundraisers, and you know, we can help you set one up, or if you know what you want to do, we can work with you to, you know, to schedule it, and everybody seems very happy when we have those tournaments.
Final word. What do we want to leave everybody thinking about? It's Sawmill. It's part of your life, part of your family, but yet it's a really neat course. Just in a final word, let people know what you think about it.
Sawmill is family. The employees are like family. The people that come here, we're not just, you know, any other golf course. We care about all the people that come in, you know, beyond their golf score, and it's a very happy, comfortable atmosphere, and it's just such a great place to be, really.
We've now been joined by Ann Francisco, and Ann, thank you for taking a minute to be with us. You have been around this golf course for a very long time. Tell us about yourself and a little bit about your history here.
Well, I started in the first women's league in 1987, and I golfed a couple years, and then I went to work, and then I came back 7 years ago, and I played today in the ladies league.
What do you like about Sawmill Golf Course?
Well, I like it because it's women friendly. The holes aren't real long. Like, I've golfed all over the Poconos and all over, you know, around here within an hour, and some of the Pocono ones, you can't reach them with a driver, an average woman.
Yeah.
And these I can reach with a driver, you know.
Sure. We've now been joined by Mr. Phil Mittman, and Phil, thank you for taking a minute to be with us. You're out here on the golf course.
I sure am on this golf course. You know, what's interesting about this Sawmill course is that it has quite a few challenges, but the Fields family started it in, I think, 1965, and it's just gotten better all the time. I just started playing golf 2 years ago, but it's a blast for me and the guys I come out with. My wife Linda doesn't golf yet.
So do you come out often?
I come out at least once a week, sometimes twice, because I come out with other guys, and sometimes I come out by myself just to really practice. Art, it is really a position golfer's course. It may not be as long as some others, but you got to be on the course because the fairways are pretty tight. There are a number of hills, and there are a number of things that kick to the right. So it's a position golf. So it's great practice and makes you really work.
Walking around on a beautiful day at the golf course, ran into Mr. Tom Evans. And Tom, what are you doing here today?
Playing some golf with my wife.
Now, we're at Sawmill Golf Course, and you are retired from your other position, but what was that position?
I was the superintendent of schools at Easton.
I'm sure that was an adventure for you.
Oh yes, kept me busy.
How many years did you do that?
Well, I was in the district 24 years. I was a superintendent for about 2.5 before I retired, but I was the principal of the high school for 13 years.
Now, what brings you out to Sawmill Golf Course?
Chance to relax in a beautiful atmosphere.
What do you think of the course?
It's a great course. It really is. It's challenging, but I like the relaxed atmosphere. The people here are very friendly, and everybody that plays here is extremely courteous. So it makes for a very relaxing and pleasant experience.